Everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a DIY Dollar Tree Farmhouse Christmas pick. And we're going to use some recycled foam. With all of the packages coming, you'll have some. I'm going to do some decorative paper or craft paper, baker's twine. This baker's twine is from the Dollar Tree. I just keep mine in a jar. Some jute, some burlap ribbon. Really any farmhouse material you want to wrap presents in. I'm using craft paper from the Dollar Tree, all the things. We're also going to use some flower stems, as well as some of the pine branches. They're called wreath ties. You're going to need your glue gun and your scissor, as well as your ruler and a straight edge cutting knife. I'm going to use my utility blade that I got from the Dollar Tree. So I'm upcycling more of this styrofoam. I figured this is a good project with all of the Black Friday shopping. I'm sure everybody did with all the packages coming. They'll have plenty of styrofoam, right? Okay, maybe just me. But you can get foam blocks from the Dollar Tree. What you do is just going to cut them down in shapes, rectangles, squares, best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, I'm not making them perfect, but they still look really cute when you're done wrapping them. And my inspiration was a wreath that I saw on Pinterest that was made out of all of those little foil presents that you can see at the Dollar Tree and stuff. You know, the ones that are little wrapped in gold. Yeah, like that. And I was like, well, that's not my style. That's not really very farmhouse. That's not really very country. So what can we do? And I was like, you know what? I've taken those things apart because I've crafted with them in the past, and they're just a little foam block under there. So I was like, well, let's wrap them in some country farmhouse sort of decor. So after you cut a bunch of shapes, and as you saw on the wreath, they were big presents. They were basically like 5 or 6 of the large presents with little presents of all different sizes around them. So you can go ahead and make a variety, whatever you want to decorate your tree with. They make really cute ornaments. You could stick the picks right in your trees. And oh, I also forgot to tell you, you need tape. I mean, I need tape. You might not need tape. But so you're just going to wrap these like presents. And I know that this is going to sound like a really long video just to show you how to wrap stuff like presents. But trust me, I'm not going to talk. I'm going to show you like step by step how we wrap presents. And then once you're done wrapping all of them in the different varieties of paper, then you decide you want to tie it with the baker's twine or some jute. Also, some little lace ribbons would look cute. Some of the little the little lace crocheted looking ribbon that they have at the Dollar Tree, that would be cute as well. But I'm just going to stick with these for now. If you can't find this baker's twine, they do sell a cotton twine in the hardware section. I was going to say automotive section, but it's really in the hardware section. And you could use that as well as look really cute. It's just a plain linen colored cotton twine. All right, and that's pretty much it. I don't know if you guys know how to do a baker's knot. Basically, it's just an overhand knot, but instead of just looping it once, like you would crisscross, make a loop, and feed your string through, you feed your string through twice. So you go once around and then once twice. And what that does is it just helps locking it. If you don't have somebody there to put your finger on the package, that helps just to lock it down there so that you can make your little bow. Now, I also have done some with that really thin washi tape from the Dollar Tree. I thought that would look like ribbon. That was really cute. The craft paper from the Dollar Tree, I know you guys have had lots of trouble finding this craft pad, but of course this doesn't have to be just a Dollar Tree project. They have lots of really cute papers that look like wood, barn board, that look like burlap. If you don't want to actually deal with the burlap, you can go ahead and get a burlap print. Would look really cute as well. But I just have these dark woods and the whitewash wood that I really like. There's also a red one there, but I wanted to keep this neutral. So if you have, I'm going to wrap one in the whitewash, but if you have a bigger box, if you decide to do a bigger cube, as you'll see in a minute, we're going to go ahead and tape 2 pieces together. So I just wanted to say that this is sort of like a video I'm just going to play for you guys while I wrap. Basically, there's so much stuff that you can do with these gifts once you get them. So you have probably all seen these with the little foil package and little gold string a million times with a million applications. Not only on ornaments, on wreaths, as package decor, as wreath decor, like I even had an old garland hanging with all the little presents hanging on it. So once you make these gifts, and that's pretty much what this video is about. It is about making the pick, but mostly it's about making these gifts. And I'm showing you, it's a little thinking outside the box air, to make them a little different. You can really do a variety of things with them. You can just, lay them across your mantle. You don't even have to put picks on them if you don't want to. You just lay them wherever. They would look really cute anywhere. All right. And we're doing a variety of sizes. So what I wanted to show you too is that we're making sort of ones that look like shirt boxes, ones that look like squares, ones that are bigger, ones that are smaller. And if you want to trim them down so they look as square as possible, then you can go ahead and do that. If your first initial cut is like way crooked, because my blade was so thin that it really wanted to make the bottom of the box taper in a little bit, you can see that piece right there in the middle. That's not straight. So if you want to straighten that up, you absolutely 100% can. Feel free. But it's not really necessary is what I was trying to say. Okay? So for this, I have the pop-up tape that I use on my wrist, and it's hard to find the refills for me, so I'm using it sparingly. But because the packages are so little, I've cut the pieces of tape in half. I've just made little tiny pieces of tape. So here's what I was talking about sandwiching the two pieces of pad together. So if you want to wrap a large box with little pieces of paper, you can always just fudge it, just like you would do if you were home and you had like scraps of wrapping paper and you only, try to piece enough together to wrap Grandpa's present. My trick only is where you're going to tape them together to go ahead and put that on the corner of the box, like along one of the corners of the box, okay? Yeah, and then when you wrap, you guys know how to wrap, right? You guys want a wrapping tutorial? I don't think you do. But there's many methods to finish the ends, but the two basic methods are either tuck down the tape side and then fold in the the perpendicular sides and then fold up the opposing side, which is what we're doing here. The other method is to fold in the sides of perpendicular sides to the tape side first, and then fold the tape flap down, and then the good side, which is the opposing side, flap up. But that might sound confusing to you guys, but you know what I'm saying. I think once I say it, you're like, oh, that's how I wrap my present. The combinations that I really liked, the little tiny one that I just did before, I used that thin little washi tape on. It was the first sets of washi that came out, I think, like last year, and it had little tiny hearts on it. And I thought it looked like such an appropriate little ribbon. But when we're making these picks, because I'm going to use them to decorate the collapsible tree that we made. So this way, when I give it to Lisa, she can go ahead and decorate it the way she likes. And I'll have the picks in my style to use for time to come. Okay? And let's see, we did one in craft paper, a big one in craft paper. We did a shirt box in whitewashed. We did a big one in the brown wood paper. So I think we should go ahead and do one in burlap. Let's see. Well, actually, let's finish this whitewashed shirt box one first. But when you'll see, we're going to wrap one in a piece of burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree. But first, like whenever we use the burlap from the Dollar Tree, I always put craft paper down first, so that, and not always, but when I'm doing projects where you don't want to see what's through the burlap, you want to see the background material. So we basically lay the craft paper down first, so it just gives the burlap a full coverage effect, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing when we wrap it. So we're going to take a little box, we're going to wrap it in the craft paper first, and then we're going to cover it with burlap. Now, if you have a sheet burlap, it's much easier to deal with the ribbon burlap. That's why we put it on a little package. I just had to grab a scrap and I glued it down. And that's one of the reasons we use the glue. Now, I also didn't mention the pine cones or flowers, or if you like the berries, basically any Christmas type of item that you want to put on a pick. I've seen little plastic instruments like brass horns and stuff. If you have like a little angel, the little angel ornaments, those would look cute. The little white reindeers, those are very farmhouse. You can glue the part of the tree. Oh, the part of the tree. Sure, that's what I said. You can glue the part of the stem up one of his legs to try to hide it a little bit, and that would be really cute as well. And when we work with the pine cone, it's going to go super fast, so I'll tell you right now. All I did was I took my little Phillips screwdriver and I just basically drilled a tiny divot in the underside of the pine cone, and it stayed really well with the hot glue. I just tried to get a little bit of indent there so it would hold glue and it would give just a little bit more support, okay? So as you can see here, I'm using my scissor because whenever you work with this burlap from the Dollar Tree, it is very open weave, and no matter how careful you are with your glue, it can come through very easily. So use your scissor. I've had lots of suggestions in the past. You guys are so great. People have used chopsticks, plastic forks and spoons. The best tip that I've heard so far is the double-ended rubber spatula from the Dollar Tree. That's the Betty Crocker one. One lady said she uses that and the glue comes right off, which is fantastic. I never prepare myself enough to have any device with me other than my scissor. I know that sounds crazy. But that's another tip you can use these stems for. So when we do floral work, and this is one of the inspirations to make this a pick as opposed to just like ornaments, was, when we do flower work, when we make our wreaths, there's so many stems left over. We have so many bunches of stems left over, and I love to upcycle and recycle those into whatever I can. If you've been around for a while, you know that we make the hydrangeas. We cut the wires down and put the flowers together so they give more of a real hydrangea look. The flowers are all bunched together, and that gives it much more of a full feel. But yeah, we just cut the stems with our scissors, we do, and get the stems on whatever you're going to create your picks with at the height that you want. And now it's time to just decide. You design. I wanted to cover 2 of them with the pine branches. I wanted to put 3 presents on. But at first I was going to use the big one, but it was just too big for this application. I'm going to save that for if we do a wreath or make an ornament out of it. I think I'll switch that one out. And then we're going to drill that pine cone on there as well. Now I have mentioned that you use different florals. I'm going to put some white flowers on here. I'm going to put the name of that flower in the description box because while I'm doing the voiceover now, I can't remember what it's called. Gypsa. I think it's gypsum. Gypsa. Anyhow, just going to cut some of that down. If you have berries would look really cute. The white ones they came out with this year are super cute. Oh yeah, gypso. That's it. Okay. I'm so smart to show you guys. But I really like these. They do remind me a lot of Baby's Breath. They're very farmhouse with the white neutral color and very country looking. So I like them. And what I've done for those is I've just pulled them off of the stem that they came on, and I'm feeding them back on the stem that we're using for the pick. I haven't even done anything different. This particular one, it was in 2 pieces, but then it had a little cap that was like a little green cap that kept it on the pick. Yeah, and I think that this big present is just too big. I think we'll switch that out. So I'll show you the 3 little ones that we did. One in the burlap. That's cute. So let's see. Does that look good to you guys? What do you think? So now that the pines are on the things, they're very bendable, flexible, and you can arrange this any way you want. So that's it, everybody. I hope you really enjoy this tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments down below. I know the video goes fast, but I think it's pretty easy, this one. And if you haven't yet, click subscribe. And when you do, a little bell will pop up. When you ring that bell, YouTube will let you know whenever I upload a video. And as always, you take care, God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye!